Well, hello. My name is Barty and welcome to the MySaw workshop. It's good to have you here today. Today's video is a special edition. This is my review of Woodworking in America 2016. I got back from Covington, Kentucky about a week and a half ago and had a great trip with a great group of guys. And I'll tell you all about that in the video. If you don't want to look at this video and you'd like to see the pictures, please go to the link in the section below of the blog. I've got about 100 more pictures. I've got nearly 200 pictures that I published if you just want a slideshow and look through them without me talking to you. Or do both. So let's get going, and here we go. So about 6 months ago, I was at our Modern Woodworkers Association monthly breakfast, and a bunch of the guys were talking about going to woodworking in America, and hey, we were going to have a carpool up there and share some room, so I decided I'd go. We had a great ride up there. You can see the conversation was totally enlightening. Thursday night we went to a meetup at the Malt House where I got a chance to sit down and talk with Mark Spagnuolo of the Wood Whisperer fame. 8 years ago when I started back woodworking, I found this guy online and I thought, you know what, I think he might have something. Well, 10 years later, I think he's proved us right, and congratulations to him. I also got to meet JR and his mom, Lindsay. JR is one of my favorite people. I love to watch his family videos, and he's just such a happy young guy. Such a great mom and dad. About 9 of us moved on and went to the Taft House, another microbrewery that's in an old church, and had a great dinner in a private dining room. We woke up the next morning to a beautiful sunrise on our walk to breakfast and made our way over to the convention center. I want to just take a moment to say thank you to Megan Fitzpatrick, who's the general editor of Popular Woodworking, who works very hard to put on Woodworking in America, covering lots of details. Well done. My first class was Matt Cremona's Harvesting Your Own Lumber. Matt did a great job of taking us from logs to furniture. I know he was real nervous about this, but he was extremely well prepared and covered all sorts of facets of everything. Got some help from really unique special props that he made, and JR came in and helped him once or twice. Next was Rainey Nelson and Conrad Sawyer, finishing plane mechanics, tuning up the Super Smoother. Turns out that Rainey and Conrad are very good friends. They're so alike and so different. They spend a couple hours a week talking on the telephone about everything. Rainey went into great forceful detail about the mechanics of a smoother plane, did a great job with it, but his philosophy about making things just really got me excited personally about getting back in the shop or getting in the shop and just making things with the tools and then learning to understand the tools, but then really using the tools to make things. My third session on Fridays was with Shannon Rogers about hand saws. He was really right with this slide that, you know, nobody thinks about saws too much. They're always thinking about their hand planes, and me too. So I learned a great deal from Shannon. It was certainly a pleasure to get to listen to him. He brought a wide variety of beautiful saws with him, using those to demonstrate different cuts and using different saws. It was just an excellent presentation all the way around. So as I was walking around to the vendor area for some adult beverages, I ran into Matthew and JR, both of them smiling just like they always do. I chatted with Conrad Sawyer, introduced myself to John and Janet Switzer of Instagram World. Janet's Miss Camp Robber. Saw Texas Heritage, shook his hand, good to see him again. Mark Hicks of Plate 11, workbench fame, and one of his beautiful workbenches there. Stopped by and spoke to Dave at Blue Spruce Tool Works. He's got some incredible new squares that he's building. And here's just a little fun shot of all those mallets. A lot of us have them. I love mine, and it's a go-to tool for me. It was great to talk to Lee Marshall of New Concepts Coping Saw fame. He's just a fine person. I really always enjoyed talking with him. Don Williams, it's great to see him. Never will forget the gold gilding class. Mary May, someday I'm going to learn to carve, and I just always like to see her. Ron Hawk, finally I bought a 8-inch chef knife kit from him, and I'm going to make me a knife, a Ron Hawk knife. I had a great chat with Matthew Morris of M&M Wood Studio, another young man making a name for himself. And then, of course, there's Thomas Lee Nielsen and Ann of All Trades. It's good to see them. Joshua Klein should be smiling. Mortise and Tenon magazine has been quite something. I totally enjoyed mine, and it's a must-read for anyone. I turned around and got this picture of Crucible, all three members there, and their new products on display, ready to go. Was totally taken away with Burnt Heart's new sector tool, an incredibly crafted piece of work. And then, of course, there are Chris Vesper's wood samples for his squares. A bunch of my guys surrounded Megan and a friend of hers and had a picture, and then we all went to dinner. We got great service for 20 of us. We walked back across the bridge and got this beautiful picture. The next day, I started with my video assignment, and the first up was Stubby Nubs. Did an incredible presentation on table saw jigs, very, very well organized. Then I got to sit in on George Walker's presentation of designing with curves. He put 3 circles on the board and did magic with them. Next up was Wilbur Pan, professes to be self-taught and knows so much, it's just incredible. Taught me more about carbon steel in 2 minutes than I've learned my entire 10-year career working with woodworking tools. I was walking back over to the vendor area and stuck my head and caught Roy with a couple of shots there. It's just always good to see Roy. My crew decided to stay for one presentation on Sunday morning, and I had the pleasure of seeing Joe Zay present a SketchUp tutorial. I've tried to learn SketchUp about 4 times, and Joe just nailed it, and it really helped me out. He has a great book that you can buy through Amazon, and I'd recommend it to go find that if you're having trouble with SketchUp. He just does an excellent job. So we were done just hanging out in the hallway. Sam, my new friend that runs the Charleston Woodworking School for veterans. Charlie, Chuck's Dust, new friend named Kyle. Got to meet and talk with him a while. My friend Chris, these are all MWA guys. Diami getting another interview in the can there. Guys just standing in a circle talking. Alan from Atlanta. Charlie from Charleston. Aaron from Florida. Todd from Atlanta. Brent from Atlanta. And Kristen explaining to us how he got his wife to let him get a table saw. Had something to do with shopping for girls' clothes, I'm not sure what. So we left the skyline of Cincinnati behind. We had a lot of traffic and a lot of weather going home. Our 6-hour trip took 8.5 hours. And another Woodworking in America is done. We all had a great time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to see some more pictures, check below in the comment section down there, and I've got a link to the blog. It's got about 200 pictures on it, and you can just view it as a slideshow and enjoy what you're looking at there. If you did enjoy this and you'd like to see some more videos coming up, please subscribe to my channel. Makes me happy, and it'll keep you up to date on what's going on. Also, you might want to take a look at a couple of my favorite videos up here. This one on hand planing for beginners I think is really good, and I like it a lot. And the other one down here is about building with pocket holes and how you build a cabinet with pocket holes. This is the most viewed video I've got. A couple more samples of my work. So thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day, and thanks.